Hello, welcome to the Real Estate Regroup Show. I am your host, LJ Walker, a real estate investor helping you realize your dream of owning a home or investing in one. Today's show, I'm going to be speaking about budgeting your time. A lot of times we talk about budgeting money, but budgeting your time is actually more important. Why? Because unlike money, when you lose time, that time does not come back. I know what I'm telling you about because I've lost a lot of money and I've managed to get it all back and then some. But the time that I lost is gone forever and it's never going to return. So there are a few things that I want to share with you to help you save some time. Number one, and I know that many of you have heard this before, but it is really important to spend less time with people who are not self-sufficient and people who don't encourage you and people who are just very negative and they also don't hold themselves accountable. You want to spend more time with people who have similar goals as you, people who have already been to where it is that you need to go and want to go to. You want to be very selective and careful with who you associate with. It's not always easy to do. Sometimes you don't find out a person's true colors until much later. So what I would advise you to do is try to really stay in tune with your guts, your inner voice, and do as much background check as you can on various people before you invest your time with them. Okay? Next, many of you, I have mentioned that I've taken classes, a lot of do-it-yourself classes, so that I could try and save some money around the house. Because a lot of times, sometimes some contractors, they see that you're a woman, and they want to take advantage and they want to overcharge you. This is definitely true. However, just be mindful that some projects are best left to professionals, particularly projects that can take hours to do. You want to use your time where you are making money. You don't want to use that much time when it comes to saving money. So I say that for projects that take over a day, you may want to look into getting a professional to do it for you so that you can, also enjoy life a little bit more instead of being chained to your house. The other thing with the DIY projects, the classes that I took, yes, they were very helpful. But see, at the time, my house was new, so I really didn't have to employ a lot of the things that I learned. It wasn't until a lot later that I needed to do so. But here's the thing, because I took those classes so long ago, and unfortunately, many of those classes are not available anymore, so it's not like I can go back and get a refresher course. I didn't remember everything that I learned. Now, what I did do is I did go on YouTube. Luckily, with a few things, I would say YouTube did help. But I noticed that with some of the videos, they skip a lot of steps and you don't realize it. So I did end up having to go and get somebody else to fix those things. But let me just say, okay, I'll just give you an example. When it comes to putting tile on the wall, tile on the floor, those are projects that you can do. And they might even also take a day or two, but those are projects that normally you can do. But when it comes to like replacing your boiler or replacing your roof or something like that, let a professional do that. When it comes to electrical work, now they did go over that with us in class, but I strongly suggest that you pay a professional electrician to fix your electrical work, because electrical work is no joke. You can seriously hurt yourself. As a matter of fact, you could die if you don't do it right. Next, when hiring anybody, lawyer, contractor, realtor, anybody, if they don't respond to you, if they don't respond to your phone calls and they don't respond to your emails and they keep doing it over and over and over again, it's time to fire them. Do not waste time, with people who are incompetent, inconsiderate, and don't value you as a customer. Let them go. As a matter of fact, keeping those people on will actually cost you more money in the end, not just cost you your time. Okay? And when you're working with contractors, you should put some time limits on them. As a matter of fact, put those time limits in your contract. And if things are not performed by that specified time, then there should be some consequences, and those consequences should also be written in the contract as well. I don't want to be too specific because, again, I'm not a lawyer, even though I know many. And because the laws do they do differ from state to state, city to city, and also county to county. I know that for a fact because I work with them. I would prefer not to, tell you what the consequences should be. I would just say either get a lawyer to review that contract and see how that would go. Working overtime on your job, that is also an issue of time, because in the past, it's I'm still really on the fence, to be honest, with the overtime, and I'll tell you why. Because I know that when I work a certain amount of overtime, I actually do see more money in my paycheck. But I also know that when I work another amount of time, I'm not seeing that money in my paycheck. So I would say review your paycheck when it comes to, working overtime. And to be honest with you, if you have a multi-family home, meaning 3 or 4 family, or if you even own an apartment building, I honestly don't see why you have to work overtime. If you work overtime, do it because you love the job, not because of anything else. I know some of you also will do it for promotion, but I'm going to let you in on something, and some of you may not receive what I'm about to say. But a lot of these managers, they don't promote you because you put in the extra overtime and save the company money. A lot of times it's political. Sometimes they already have somebody for a position that you're interested in getting. Sometimes it's about who makes them laugh and smile, not necessarily about who is the hardest worker on the job. So just be mindful with your time, particularly when you're working overtime on your job. So that is basically all I have to share with you guys today. And I just wanted to shed a little light on the importance of time so that you can go forth and make smart, not just smart financial moves, but smart lifestyle moves. Again, feel free to pass this along. Remember, each one, reach one, teach one. Bye for now. Until next time, have a good night.